Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to continue our playthrough of Carrier Battle Philippine Sea from Compass Games and designed by John Southard. We are in scenario 7 and this is June 19th and it is 12:10, so we've crossed the noon hour and we have a lot of things going on here. I did change cameras today. I wanted to try, it's a little bit older camera, so but I can zoom with it. I want to see if I can give you guys a couple different views here. I noticed my other one, I wasn't getting some of the resolution I wanted with it, and see if this won't help seeing what's going on some. Okay, here we have our, and I got to practice a little bit with my zooming, but here we have our flowchart game turn. And we are on place new Japanese forces. We are in phase 1. So the first thing we got to do is come up, and we're going to be using this, and there are still 3 Japanese forces, so we will only place one of them. This one will be Gulf. All right. And I gotta find his little marker. There it is. Sorry. So we now have the Gulf marker, which will get into, will get added. Okay, so for this little segment, we use this table right here. So we roll, and it tells us what zone we're going to come in on. And we get number 8, which is zone 3, which is down here. So, back out. Now we're down here. I have to do a lot more maneuvering with this. So this is zone 3, right in here. And we get a 1. Okay, so Gulf is coming in zone 3. I'm looking for number 1. 1. Right there. Okay. So he's out here, zone 3, so he's way out there. Okay. Next thing we do is fill our sequence chit cup. Okay. So once again, we're going to come down here where we have our sequence chits. And we have them in stacks of 4, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We add G to this one. That gives us 3. So there'll only be 1 no op this time. We'll drop all these in here. Have them all in our cup now. And the last thing we do is adjust the chits per phase. And for this, that's where we're at right now. It's already on 4, so we don't have to make any adjustments. All right. Okay, we move Japanese air raids. So we come down here onto the butai display. We have a couple. Right here we have Air Raid 2A. He's now available at ranges of 0 to 3. And over here, we have Air Raid 3A. He's in servicing now. That's those. And then we're here, this one, Air Raid 4A. He's at 0 to 3 hexes, so he's not quite back to his carrier yet. And then, if you watched the last one and then I did the correction, you can see all the damaged ships and what they're going through, the cripples. And I just wanted to clarify, all these ships, the way the game works is they simulate air launches, unlike what I'm doing, so that's why the ships aren't sunk yet. I get so excited, man, I sunk them, and I was taking them off the board, and then I realized, no, I can't do that yet. So they could be simulating that a raid could have left them already. So on this turn, they're going to go to the previous turn hit, and then the next turn, they'll be sunk. Okay. So there's still activity that can come from all those ships. So that's the danger with those guys. Okay, our next segment is, oh, wait a minute, up here on the Guam, we have this air raid is available from 0 to 3 now. Okay, so they are landed. So they could launch now because they're out of service. They're out of servicing. Okay, here we go. All right, next we roll for mission movement. That's what we're doing right here. And we get 6. So 6 is going to be the mission movement. Put that out there. Yeah, this camera's got a not as wide a scope. So yeah, I really got to pay attention to keeping it moved for you guys. I know that it's aggravating when we're doing something and you can't see what we're doing, even if we are describing it. So, all right. Draw our sequence chits. So here we go. Here goes. Number 1. The first sequence is Sierra. All right, Sierra's down here, and he is a small surface. So he's down here. This is Sierra right here. See if I can get you moved over a little bit. So we have Sierra. Okay. And it is the time of day where there's no modifier. The max range is 12. And so we gotta check here for Sierra if he's gonna launch a contact. 58 would be the closest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So he can launch at 11 is a -3. So we're gonna roll. 9 minus 3 is a 6, so he is a small force. So I think we got to check this and see what that means for that small force. Okay. So if the small, medium, large force continue to C2. All right. If this is a level 1, large, medium, small, use the level 1 to level 2 intelligence table to determine a level 2 force check. Okay. So now, we get our level 1 to level 2 right here. Okay, so I'm going to back you back out again. Come on. Okay, level 1 to level 2, right here, and this is a small. So now we're going to roll and see what we get. And then, from that, we'll determine what this is. And it is a 3, and a 3 is a false contact. So, use the level 1 to determine a level 2 force check. If it turns out to be a carrier force, if it turns out to be any type of surface force, revert the force. If you just promoted from level 0 to level 1, launch your rate at this time. Force is a level 1 carrier. It's not. Okay. Okay, so I believe it just stays where it was. Doesn't change. And now we check to see what type of movement he's going to do. And this is a locating evasion zone adjacent to its surface force. Otherwise it uses mission movement. So as we remember, the mission movement was a 6. So on this part of the board, he's in this zone here. And a 6, he moves northeast. All right. And that is the end of force S. That's one down. All right. Next chit is force, I can't read it. Force Lima. Okay. Lima happens to be right here. Force Lima. Okay. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes away. So on 7, a 7 is a 0 modifier. So we have no modifier. Well, we roll a 1. He does not send a mission, airstrike. So he's going to move. And he's going to use mission movement. So he moves 1 hex this direction. Okay. And that takes care of Lima. All right. Next is Foxtrot. All right. Now Foxtrot is where? Oh, right here, Foxtrot. This is a surface force. We don't know the size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. He's 7 hexes away, so it's a no modifier. We're going to roll a 3. He does not send anything out, so he's going to use his same movement. He moves 1 northeast. Okay, that's it for Foxtrot. And the last one is, come on, get my hand in there. Can't get hold of it. There it is. It is Guam. Okay, so Guam has the ability now to launch an attack. Okay. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it could be either one. So at 6, they get a +1 modifier for their range to launch an attack. A 3 plus 1's a 4. They do not launch. They don't make any movement. So Guam doesn't do anything. Whew, got past them. All right, nothing coming out of Guam. They're still working on their aircraft over there. All right. We have air missions to move. So I have let's see, what's the best way to work this? I think we'll start with Airstrike 5. He's turning around and coming back. So that's 1 fuel point. So over here on this board, Airstrike 5, he uses a fuel point, he's down to 3. Airstrike 3 is going to move. He moves 1. He uses a fuel point. Okay. We have Air Mission 5. Just looking for these guys. Oh, 5's the one I moved. 6, he's right here. He's moving. He's back to here. So that's 6. He uses a fuel point. That's these guys for that group there. And Airstrike 7, he's moving. So he's going to move 1. I'll put him under the search aircraft for now. And he burns off a fuel point. Okay. So I could have moved him either space. Let's see, you want to make sure I'm the same distance. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're good. Okay. All right, now. That's everybody. Okay. Now what I want to be careful with is I also have adjusted my fuel markers. So do I want to do my search segment? Well, here's the reason I'm not going to do it on this phase. I need to clear my landing decks on these groups right here, this group. So I'm not going to do my air search segment this turn. I'm going to wait because I need to get my decks cleared so that when I come in with my recon aircraft, they can actually land and start their servicing. So I got to be really careful here because you can only handle so much. And even though I have some room here on the flight decks, let's see, 58, 1 and 3, they're okay to take all theirs in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he would have 2, 4. He could get all his in. He can get all his in. This guy's coming in. These guys are on 58, 2. And these guys are on, I can take them on any of the groups, 58, 2. But I kind of like to get them back where they belong. He's down a carrier, which makes it tough. He could only land 1 and 1 here, I do believe. Let's just check. I'd like to get this done this first turn if I can, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to. Let's see, my landing on the carrier operations limit. Launcher land is 2. So yeah, flight deck limit is 3. So I can put them on the flight deck if I want. So I need to check real quick. I think as soon as they move onto that space, they have to land. So let me do a little research here real quick on these guys, and then we'll make our decision. Okay, I think I'm good. I just read. So we're in the air search segment. So we're not gonna, I don't have any to initiate, so I don't have to worry about that. So we're gonna move air searches. So our air searches are gonna move. One, there's nothing up there. He's coming back. 2, 3, 4. That was his radius. Okay. These guys are going to come in here. They're on 58-1. So they move 2. 1, 2. They're going to land. These guys are at 58-1. They're going to land. And these guys are at 58-4. They're going to land. Okay, so all those guys are going to land. These guys are coming back in right here. They're going to land here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. And 1, 2, 3, 4. They didn't make it. Make sure they're 58-2s. Yeah. So they'll be landing next turn. Okay. So those guys are going to go into the landing pattern. I don't have any air search attempts out here now. All my aircraft are coming back in so I can get them sent back out. So they're going to become my priority for launching here real quick. And then, let's see. So then we have adjust commitment index if needed. So I haven't changed it any. So I don't think I have to check it. I don't have to change it. I want to make sure though, because I did during my during this phase where I got a little messed up over here, I do want to make sure I've still got the right number of carriers there. So we're going to double check our commitment, which I believe is on card 3. So we have a level 1 here that has 5, 7. He had an air strength of 9, which makes him a 3. This guy has 1, 2, 3 CVLs. So he's a level 4. So that's 3. So that's 6. Then this guy had 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Then I have a level 1 with an air strength of 1, 2 of 4, which is 2 more. 12, 14. 14, so it should be at 14. And I have it at, right here, is on 14. Okay, so I do have it in the right spot. All right, just good to double check. Want to make sure we get it right. Okay, so my air search segment is over. So the way that, if I don't get confused on it, the way that I mark that is I take my air search marker right here and I just flip him over to the blank side, and I know that he's been done for the turn. Okay. Air operations on all carriers. So launch, I don't have any. Raise servicing to ready. I'm not going to do that because I got aircraft coming in. So I got anybody doing that. Hangar to or from servicing. So I can't move him up right now because the fighters are in my way. And here I've got these TBMs that could come up out of the hangar, but I'm kind of waiting. And then we're going to go lower the flight deck to the hangar. So here comes these guys. So they're coming in. The fighters are down. And these fighters are down right here. Kind of waiting because I want to get another search group going. That's why I haven't pulled all these guys off of here yet. Okay, now we're going to land. So I got all these groups coming in. They don't have any fuel, so they automatically land. So we're going to take 58-4. He's the first one. Sorry, 58-4. We're going to bring him in right here. And I'm going to put both of these guys down on the Essex. He can handle 2 of them at a time. I have 58-1. I got 2 of these guys. They're coming in on the Hornet. And I've got 58-1. They're coming in on the Yorktown. Okay, now those guys would have been searches 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to pull these max radiuses off of here. Put them up here. And out of my original search groups, they are here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I'm cleaning up my board and taking the searches off now, so they're no longer active. Now I have available searches also because I had those maxed out. All right. Now over here, we got this group coming in on 58-2. So task group 58-2. We're bringing these guys in right here on the Bunker Hill. And I also have 58-2 coming in on the Wasp. Okay, so they're both in. Now I got another one from out here on 5. So I believe this would have been search 4 and 6. So we're going to take 4 and 6 off the board. 5 still out there. He's almost back now. All right, so almost all my searches are back now. All right, I got 2 searches left on the board. They're coming back in, and they'll be back down and landed before I know it. Okay, that's good. Air-to-air combat, we don't have any. There's no Japanese air attack. There's no U.S. interception. No U.S. air attack. Nothing there. So we go back up. We advance to phase 2. we move all air raids. Okay, so we'll start up here with Guam, and he's now available at 0 to 3. Come over here to the Butais, and right here he's available at range 0 to 7, and this one is available now at range 0 to 3. This one is now landed and he's in servicing, and that's it. Okay, so we've moved all our air missions. Sorry for the crazy movement of the camera. All right, now we got to do our mission movement roll. Oh, here he comes, and it is a 1. Okay, so their next mission movement is a 1. All right. Draw the sequence, chits. Okay, here we go. It's time to see what's going to happen here in phase 2. So far, I got some movement going, but other than that, U.S. move. Okay, so we get to move first. So my task groups can move. So I want to move Task Force 58 in this direction. I'm going to try to pick up my airstrike, and 58-1 is going to move this direction. Well, 58-1 and 58-4. They're both moving this direction. Okay, so I'm going to try to help my airstrikes by getting at least 1 hex closer to them, save them some fuel. That's my goal. All right, that's it for the U.S. move. Next ship is Butai 3. Butai 3 is the one that's all hammered up over here, but he may have launched some raids, so we got to find out. This is Butai 3 right here. Okay, Butai 3, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he would come after these guys. Uh-oh. Gonna have to get some more fighters ready to launch over here. They may show up. Okay. So I said 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So they are a +1. That's definitely going to launch raids. Okay, so they got raids off before I hit their carriers with my attack. All right. Well, now we got to do the air raid reduction chart. So their original air raid strength was 23. And we know they've lost 10 losses. So they come down here, and the most they can put up is 15. So that's the biggest raid they can get, is a 15. All right. So a 15 is here. So he most likely is going to launch 2 raids. So we'll roll and see what he's going to put up against us here. A 7. 15, we got 7 on the green bar right here. It's a rate of 7 and then 6. Okay, let's see what he has available over here. So these guys are not available yet. They're still tied up here. So out of the 7, well, there's 5, 10, 15 is all tied up. So he can't launch the raid. So his aircraft are all tied up. So he does not launch. Okay. Now, his movement is going to be, that's good. His movement is a carrier launched a strike. He is 9 hexes. Nope, he's 8 or fewer. He moves 1 hex away. So Butai 3, now here's the interesting part, because the crippled takes effect right then. So for butai 3, the butai moves, but the damaged carriers do not. Okay, so I got to put, I'm not sure how I want to do this. I know these 3 guys are all crippled. I'm going to put the 3 crippled markers here. I know it's a little weird, but I'm putting them here. That's the 3 crippled ships. My airstrike is right here. They do not move. The only time they move is at when the time of day ends with 30. So the next turn, they can move. They're going to try to get off they're going to do their movement to get out of there. But right now, they're left. But the butai itself, all his battleships and stuff, they left them. They're pulling away. Okay, so they moved back with their 1 carrier that's damaged. All right. Interesting, again. So they had that huge raid against me, and now all their planes are tied up, so that's a good thing. All right. Whew. And they go from being located, the butai goes from located to that type of spotting, approximate, and I need to get me another one of those markers because it's going to go on those carriers there too. Okay. And that's it for butai 3. Next up is butai 4. Now butai 4 is a light carrier. That's 5. That's F. He must be, oh, right here he is, butai 4. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's either one. So we're going to check to see if he's going to launch a raid. His modifier is 0. 3, he does not. Okay, he's 8 hexes away, and at 8 hexes, his butai 4, yes, he has launched a raid already. At 8 hexes, he does not move. Located 8, oh no, I take that back. 8 or fewer, he moves 1 hex away. Okay, so he would move this way. Okay, gets him 1 hex away from everybody. All right, that's it for butai 4. All right, middle of the day. And butai 5. All right, I think 5 is in this group here. They're not spotted up there. He's butai 2, butai 1. That was 3. This is 5. Okay. So butai 5, we already know it is a cruiser force. And so a cruiser force is not going to launch anything because we already know what he is. Surface force uses mission movement. Yep, that's what he does. Okay, so he's going to use mission movement number 1 at this location. And 1 is this direction. So he's kind of dangerous to us because he's got those surface ships. He goes from located to approximate sighting. So we change him to an approximate sighting. And that sub should not have moved with him. Okay. All right. That's butai 5. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all of that. So we come way over here to our mission. We've moved everybody. We move our air missions. Okay. Intercept 6. I could get him there. He's got enough. I can burn the fuel. Take a chance to see if he runs out, and then I can land him. And these guys are on, 58.4, which I want to get down because my other stuff's already landed, so that's going to work out. So, okay, Intercept 6 is going to use 2 fuel points. So we're over here. He's going to use 2 fuel points, Intercept 6, and we have to roll. And a 1 to 5, he won't have to burn any extra fuel. 7, he does burn 1, so he's going to go fuel critical. And now he's at 1 there, so I'll set this off to the edge of the board until he gets done. All right, and then they're going to land, so we're going to put them down 1 to land. Okay, when it comes time. All right. Intercept 5. These guys were from 58.1. So they're coming over here, so they'll move. And Air Mission 3 was from 58.3, so they're coming down this way. So they're here. Okay. 58.3, he burned 1. 5, he burned 1. And 7, he's going to burn 1. He's going to get to there. So I've almost got them back. All right. So it's going to get dicey on my fuel on some of these guys coming back. There's no way around it. They're just trying to conserve fuel while they get there. Okay. That's going to bring us to, we moved our fuel markers. Don't have any air search operations. Now we do our carrier operations. Launch. No. Okay. Servicing to ready. Servicing to ready. Not yet. Hangar to or from servicing. Okay. So here we go. Hangar to or from servicing. He can't go till they launch. Hangar to servicing. These guys are all fighters here at 58.2, which I'm a little nervous about him launching somebody against me. But I got these guys coming in. I really need to get my search aircraft going, so I'm going to hold off on them. This is hangar to or from servicing. Hangar to or from servicing. Okay, down here, I'm going to move these guys up. They can move 2, so he's going to bring both of them up. He's going to bring both of these guys up for servicing. And then, oh man, 58.3. What's he landing up here? Fighters for 58.1. So they're going to be coming into there. $58.3, then go to servicing. Yeah, we'll get these guys ready to go. All right, then we go lower the flight deck. So these 2 come down to the hangar now. These 2 come down to the hangar. These guys come down to the hangar. Sorry. These guys come down into the hangar now. Right. And then these 2 come down to the hangar. Okay. Now we got to land. And I have intercept 6 is landing. So we burned his extra fuel, and I have this group of aircraft. So I got a bunch of fighters. I think they're all fighters, probably. All right. So we're going to land. Here they come. So we'll start right here with 58-1. He's got to add 2 to the die roll. 2 plus 2 is 4. He's good. We'll put him down on the baton. Next guy coming in. 58-1. 6 plus 2 is 8. Remember, 11 and lowers. Okay, he's coming in on the Bellwood. All right, that's all the Bellwood can handle right now. This guy, 58-1. 6, he's good. He's landing here on the Yorktown. It's 1. 58-1. He's coming in. Uh-oh, we lost him. 10 plus 2 is a 12. So now I got to see what happens. Let's see. Okay. Safe return table. Roll again. On a 6 to 10, we lose him. Yep. Okay, he went down. So we lost another fighter group. Okay. Next up, 58-1. 6, he's okay. He'll come in on the Yorktown. This guy is a 58-1. 7, he's good. All right, this guy is a 58-4. So here's my flight deck. A 1, he's good. 58-4, we'll put him on the cow pens. He landed. Next guy is 58-4. He gets a 6, he's good. He's down on the Langley. This guy's a 58-4. 4, he's good. He's on the Essex. This guy's a 58-4. 7, he's good. He's on the Essex. And this last guy, he's a 58-4, but we're putting him down on the Hornet because they got the space for him. So he's landed on the Hornet. Okay, so we did our air recovery there. It doesn't matter which group he lands on as long as he's got space to land. Okay, that's my air operations. I have no air-to-air combat. We have no Japanese attack, no U.S. air attack. So again, we cleared it. Nope, my inoperative deck's cleared. Okay, advance our phase marker to phase 3. We come back up. First thing we do, move all air raids. He's available now from 0 to 9. We come over here. This guy's available 0 to 11. This guy's available here. Okay, once I get that one done, he'll become all available, just like these guys are here. Okay. If I did him, he moves up. No, he was there, 0 to 7. And then this guy goes to servicing. Okay. All right. Next, we roll for mission movement. Okay, so this is our white die, and they get a 5. All right, and now we draw our chits. Here we go. And we get no op. Okay, it's 1. We get Task Force Quebec. All right, he's here. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an 8 should be 0 modifier. Right. So no modifier, see if he launches an airstrike. 2, he does not, so he does mission movement. 5 is due east. Okay. That's it for Quebec. Now put that no op over here so I don't forget it when I'm counting my stuff. Chip 3 is Butai 2. I believe Butai 2 is up here. 1, 2. Yep. Okay. Butai 2. So I think, yeah, Butai 1's still in there. So I haven't done anything up here yet. Okay, Butai 2 is going to check for an airstrike. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So he would come over here. It'll be no modifier. 3, he does not. All right. Now, I said he was 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 means if they are 8 or fewer, they move 1 away. Okay, so this whole double force group moves back 1. And task force Butai 2 goes from spotted to located. Okay. All right. And that's it for Butai 2. And we have one more. And it is Gulf. All right. This is his first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 hexes away is a -1 modifier. All right. -1. 9. He is going to launch. So we got to draw a level chip and see what he's going to be. He is a large force. So I think when we draw the large force, come back over here, make sure air raids. Okay, if it's a small, medium, large, continue to step C2. If the force is a level 1 large, medium, or small, use the level 1 to 2 intelligence table to determine a level 2 force chip. Okay, first draw level 1. If it's a small, medium, or large, continue to step C2. That's what we're doing. Okay, C2. If it is a level 1 large, this turns out to be a carrier force, proceed to step D. Okay, so now we got to come over and find out. So we got to roll, and this is going to be a large force, and see if he's going to have carriers. Six, I'm pretty sure he is. Well, 6 is 2 to 3 carriers. Okay. Proceed to step D, you now have a level 2. Okay, so I got to do a little checking because now I'm on my commitment level and I also have to see what happens there. So I'll be right back. Okay, so now because we've exceeded the commitment threshold but not the limit, we come down here and we roll. On a 6 to 10, this becomes a false contact. So let's hope it is a 6 to 10. It is false contact. All right, I'm just going to check real quick back here on 10. I believe, let's see. If it turns out to be any type of surface force, remove. If you 0 to 1, it reverts back. So I believe because of this, it just reverts back to its level 0. So this level 2 chip goes away. and the level 1 chit goes away, and it's just a level 0 now, so it'll make its move. And it's going to move on 5, which in this zone is a due east. Okay. Woo! All right. And that takes care of Gulf. I should have 4 left in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I do. Okay. All right. So move air missions. Well, air mission 5. He's coming this way. Air mission 3 is coming down. And so 3 burns of fuel. 5 burns of fuel. And 7 is going to move 2. 1, 2. So he burns both those fuels. Now we have to roll. We're going to see if he... Nope, he used an extra fuel. So we'll drop that off. He becomes critical at 1, and he's going to land. So he's going to be at 2. Okay. So we're going to get the airstrike down and start getting these guys refueled. And see if we can't hopefully go spot somebody or go destroy something. That's what we're hoping for anyway. All right. Adjusted all my fuel markers, so we go launch. I do not have anybody to launch. I am going to put raise servicing to ready. Can't get them up on the flight deck yet because I got stuff on the flight deck. This is getting congested here. So I'm not going to launch. Okay, raise servicing to ready. Okay, servicing to ready. I could raise them, but I almost thinking no, I don't want to now. Because I need to get these guys up here where I can do something with them. My hangar operations. Okay. Hangar to or from servicing. So in servicing, two and 1 is all they can handle. It's getting congested up here. Is what this is doing. Really servicing to ready, but I can't till I get them off the flight deck. Yep. Then I can start getting these guys ready to launch. There's a good chance we're going to get tangled up here with somebody. There's one more butai. He doesn't have anybody up. He's got a good chance of coming. Okay. I think I can't get these guys down because I got to get my landing deck cleared. So I go hangar to or from servicing. These guys are set. Okay, these guys are coming up to servicing and servicing. I'll leave him there for now. And then down here I'm still good. I got these guys coming up to servicing. So I'm trying to get them ready to go. All right, then I go from the hangar down. So I got these, better use my tweezers. Moving these fighters down right here. These fighters are down, this fighter's down. And then over here, these fighters are down. Got my deck cleared right there. Okay, now we're landing. This is airstrike 7. He's coming in at a 2, so I got 58-2. We'll get all these guys turned over here. 58-2 and 58-3. So we got lots of guys coming in. Okay. So, all right, +2 again. As long as I don't roll any 10s, I'll be good. We'll start right here on 58-3. Sorry. 58.3. He's going to roll 2. He's good. So that is a TBF. He's coming in on 58.3. We'll put him in on the San Jacinto. The next guy is a 58.3. 3, he's good. He's coming in on the Lexington. Next guy's a 58.3. 9 is 11. He made it. He came in on the Lexington also. Next guy's a 58.3. 9, he's good. He comes in on the Enterprise. Next guy's a 58.3. 9 is an 11. He made it. His BD's in. This guy's a 58.3, but I can't land him because he can only handle one aircraft, which is this guy right here. He's going to have to go up here to 58.4. They can handle 2, 4, 5 aircraft. 1, 2, 4, 6. Huh. Got a problem here. This guy's an SBD, TBF. Well, we'll set him aside. We may not be able to get him down. All right, here comes a 58.2. 2, he's good. It's an F6F. It's a TBF. We'll put him in on the Cabot. Next guy on 58.2. A 3, he's in on the Wasp. That's a TBF. Next guy coming in, a 7. Another TBF on the Wasp. Okay, 58.2 coming in on the Bunker Hill. A 9, that makes him an 11. That's a TBM. He's in. And then last guy is a 9. He's an 11. That's a TBM. He's in. So I got 2 fighter. I got an SBD and a TBF, and I don't have any place to land them. I'm assuming I can leave them up in the air and try to land them on the next turn, but they would burn another fuel and another, put them at 4. I don't see why I couldn't. I still have fuel. This is Air Mission 7. I'm going to leave these 2 up there. And I'm going to check that real quick and make sure that's correct. But it would make sense that I would be able to do that. Just they keep using fuel. So the next turn they'll be down. They'll have to add 4. There's a chance though I could recover one of them. So we're going to try that. I'll verify the rules. And then make sure. Nope, I'm good. I can do that. I can keep up there. They're just going to burn more fuel. So, okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe we can still, get them on the deck here. So, all right. We're going to get some air operations going pretty soon, though. That much I can tell you. So let's see. Air Mission 6 made it down. So I can put his fuel back over here. Yep. 7. We're not down yet. All right. Okay. Oh, and let's see. Nope. I think that's good. We don't have any air-to-airs or any airstrikes. And so we advance our phase marker once again. And we advance our air raids. So up here, these guys are all now available. So he's got all his land forces are available now. Okay. Over here, Butai 2, his air raid is now available. So all these aircraft become available. So they have 2, 4, 6 right there. This guy's in range 0 to 11, and this guy's at 0 to 3. Okay. All right. Next thing we do is roll for mission movement. This will be a 6. Okay. And we start drawing our jits. Okay. First one is Butai 1. Here we go. He's up here. Butai 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 9 is the one, and at 9, he is a 0 modifier. Okay. Well, let's see if he launches anybody. A 1, he does not. And because they already moved, he does not change. But his spotting level, he is no longer, we don't know where he's at now. We've lost sight of him. Okay. All right. That's it for Butai 1. Next up is Kilo. Okay. Kilo is down here. So here's Kilo. Right there. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 0 modifier. Oh, I put that in there. Now why did I do that? I think that was a 6, wasn't it? I think so. Gee whiz. Okay. 1, he does not launch, so he moves. 6 in this zone is northeast. That's it for Kilo. Mike is here. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's a +1. 7. So he's going to launch. We got to see what kind of force he is. It's a false contact, so he does not launch. A 6, he moves due east this way. He's getting really close to me. I need to find out what that guy is. I got to get my air searches going as quickly as I can here. Find out what this dude is right here. Okay. So that was it for Mike. And so the last one is going to be the U.S. subs. We know. U.S. subs. Okay, here he is. So I still got this guy up here, and I'm going to move him 1 hex this way. I got the fin back is coming down. I really want to know what Quebec is. Well, he's moving down this direction. The albacore is moving up 1. I'm going to see if I can go find Gulf. I got the stingray. He's down here. Okay. That's it. All right. Last thing we got to do is move air missions. So mission 5 is moving 1, burns a fuel. Mission 3, he moves 1, he burns a fuel. Mission 7, he's going to burn another fuel. So I'm over here. He burns another fuel. And he's going to land these last 2 planes. So he's going to burn another one there. Excuse me. So I get down to air operations. I got nobody to launch. Servicing to ready. Okay. So this deck is cleared now on 58-1. Well, he's getting these fighters up here. We're going to launch these guys probably next turn. Getting him up. And then we're bringing up to the ready deck these SB, or into the servicing the SB2Cs, SB2Cs, SB2C. He's still got a fighter sitting there. I'll wait on him. Okay, up here, servicing to ready, servicing to ready. Here I got SBDs and TBMs on 58-3. here I got SB2Cs coming up here. Okay. These guys are coming in. They're going to be coming off of that. All right. Yeah, I think I'm good right there right now. Hangar, 2 from servicing. These were all fighters. I got these guys coming up. I'm going to wait on them. He's only got the one guy. I could get him up ready to go, but that would clear my carrier. Let's see. These guys all come off of the... So do I want to move... I don't want to move those guys into servicing just yet. Take me 2 phases to get them up. 1 to service, 1 to be ready. No, I'll bring these guys up. I want to get them ready because I don't want to get caught without fighter protection. These guys will move to the hangar. All right. These guys here are going to move up to servicing also. I'm going to put him in servicing now. Then we're landing. Moving these guys down to the hangar, down to the hangar, down to the hangar. And I got 2 planes coming in for Airstrike 7. I got SBD. I got a fighter group and a SBD group. Okay, so here we go. We have to add 4. For the 58.3 group. 3 plus 4 is 7. He's in. Okay. So we're going to put him on the we'll put him on the Enterprise. And now my 58-2 group. Oh, we lost him. That was my F6F fighter group. So they went down. I couldn't get them down. Okay, well, I saved one of them by doing that. Airstrike 7 is back in. I can take the fuel markers, get them ready. They're down. Okay, we go no interceptions. None of that. Okay, so now we're going to update the hit markers. So over here, all these hit markers that we have now change to, they go from where they say, I'll leave one of them there so I don't forget which one. They say current, if you can see that, current hit marker, there's 2 hits there. And they go to previous turn hit marker. There it is. So this goes on there. So I replace the currents with the previous. Okay. What that does is the next turn those hits will become permanent. And once they're permanent, then he can't do anything else. So now I do these guys, replace all of theirs. So he has a 3. He has a 3. Oops, that's a 4. A 3 right there. Okay. Then here, we know these guys equal all this too. He has 4 on him. 2, 4. This guy had 5, 6, 8, 10. 5, 7, 8, 10 onto the tie-ho. This guy I had marked with a regular hit marker 7, and a 1, which gave him 8. Yep. So that takes care of that. That's all our hit markers. Okay, that was over here. Onto this right here. So we converted those. No fire, no submarine attacks, and advance the game turn marker. The phase marker goes back. This is going to go to the top right here. And then our game turn marker is going to move up to 1330. Ooh, we're getting close. This day has been a long day, but we're starting to get there now. All right, well, that's the end of this segment. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope we're hope you're seeing things that you could improve on or do different or do the same. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and please give me a thumbs up for the video. I do appreciate it. All right, we'll see you guys for the next one.